Welcome to this Getting Something In Under the Wire episode of the Mazza's Musings podcast. Man, this one was a close one. We got something in when it didn't look like that was going to come together. We had some scheduling issues, some of them on my part, that really put this week in doubt. It being a short week, it's been kind of crazy anyway, but thanks to Eileen, we were able to piece something together, and we're going to be playing a fun little game of some Disney trivia where you guys are going to have the opportunity to laugh at our lack of ability to recall simple things that we probably under normal circumstances could pull right out of our heads. It's all about Disney. It's all about fun. And yeah, I think that we did a pretty good job throwing this together at the last minute. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I hope you enjoyed this as well. But of course, before you laugh at us, let's laugh with Meghan.
And now it's time for Meghan's
Cuckoo bananas joke.
Hi, Meghan.
Hi.
Do you have a joke for us today?
Yes.
All right, let's hear it.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Butter.
Butter who?
I better not tell you.
Ah. Good one.
What?
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 What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. Nothing wrong with a good classic knock-knock joke. All right, now we are going to slide right into our main topic of the week. Because it is a Disney-related episode, there is no Mazza's Mickey Minute this week. So, here we go.
Ah, there you are. And just in time.
Mom says there's even more magical stuff now.
For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness. And here we go!
Well, I have to say, of all the times that Eileen has bailed me out and helped out with a last-minute episode, this might be the most last-minute, most bail-out scenario possible. There were circumstances. I had something set up, then circumstances caused us to have to delay that, and then I set something else up, and then circumstances meant I had to delay that. So Meghan is now in bed, so we are able to now have kind of a thrown together podcast. And actually, this is a little bit thanks to Meghan too. Let me back up. We are going to today play a game that will kind of test our Disney knowledge and maybe embarrass us a little bit or a lot bit. And it is a game that Meghan got for her birthday.
Birthday or Christmas.
It's a little bit advanced for her. I think it's for ages 10 and up. So we hadn't played it yet. She decided to pull it out, and we decided to play it one day. And we played a modified version of it because it's a little complicated. But it was really interesting. Some of the questions are really hard, and even harder when you're on the spot. So Eileen and I agreed that it would probably be fun to try some of these questions out on a podcast. So this was one of those good opportunities when I was kind of like, oh my God, what am I going to do now?
There's a pile of work that is not getting corrected tonight. So I really am bailing him out. That's okay. They don't need the work back tomorrow. They probably don't care if they ever get it back. But
I feel guilty.
I just had to really show that I did have other plans tonight. Clearly, I wanted to sit and correct papers.
All right, so this game, essentially, we've got cards and we've got a dice. The cards are color coded and the dice is color coded. So whatever we roll it to, that is the category that we are going to be reading. There is a thing that has the categories on it, but as we were playing before, I found that the categories don't really match like what some of the questions are. So I think that they just kind of put something together saying, yeah, this loosely matches this.
I was about to say, I wonder if some has to do with like sort of like, where it.
Yeah.
There
were, because there were, one of the categories is Pixar, but there were definitely some questions in there that were not Pixar related. So anyway, we will get started with this. So if you hear any rattling around, it is us rolling the dice. And then how this is going to work is the person who is being asked the question will get the first crack at answering it themselves. And then if they need help, then we'll try to tag team it and get the question answered. And
if we can't get it answered, we'll just admit to epic fail. We're not going to go searching, right?
No, we're not going to go searching. Yeah.
So if we miss any answers, feel free to send us correct answers.
Yes, I feel like there's going to be a certain level of shame that's going to come with this episode, and I'm willing to accept that.
All
right. So do you want to read the question first, or do you want to...
I'll roll the dice.
So you're reading the question first. Okay. 3
characters who wear gloves.
Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and Goofy.
All right. I feel like that was fairly easy. I wasn't sure if that was the direction. The one that had popped into my head was Elsa. Remember she was gloves?
Yeah.
Like that was the first one that popped into my head. But anyway.
That's a good one too. Okay. So it's white, which means that I get to pick any category.
Okay.
Not that you know what the categories are anyway. Let's see. 2 characters who have blonde hair. Start off easy.
Rapunzel
and
Elsa.
Is Elsa's hair is it blonde or is it white?
I feel like I would consider Elsa a blonde. Okay, if you're questioning at Sleeping Beauty.
Okay, Aurora. Because that was the one that came to my mind. But yeah, I mean, I just don't... Is it blonde or is it white? I don't know.
I think it's blonde, at least when it starts. I wonder when she goes white. Well, one of my coworkers always said she was Elsa, and they had similar hair, and she was blonde.
Okay.
Yeah, she's blonde.
Okay. It's very light blonde.
Oh, I would not be able to do this. One actor who has voiced a brave character.
A brave character? Like as in the movie Brave?
So yes, brave is in italics. So like Merida or something like that.
Oh God. I have no idea.
If I get any questions in that category, I will not be able to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean some movies I'll be able to do that for, but I don't. I've only seen Brave a couple of times, at least, in earnest. So it's not even one of those things that I've seen enough that I can be off of hearing a voice, be like, oh, that's so and so. I'm usually pretty good at that too.
I feel like as we're doing it, we should almost tally the ones we can't answer.
Okay, I can grab a
almost once we get to 10 we lose or something like that.
Yeah, we can do
unless we get to 10 within the next 5 minutes, and then we'll play to 20.
That would be sad. Okay, so first one wrong.
There is a game board that goes along with this that we're not using tonight. We're more focused on the questions, but this will also prevent us from doing this for 2 hours or 10 minutes.
Another blue.
I hope it's not an actor one.
Let's see. One named character who appears as a baby or toddler.
Meghan had this one the other day, right?
Yes.
I'm Moana, right?
Yep.
Who did she come up with? Oh, she came up with
I don't remember.
Mirabelle's mom. Remember in Encanto? The triplets?
Oh, yeah.
She mentioned them. Yeah.
Yep.
Which was a good one for her.
The one that I was thinking of was Jack Jack.
That would have been a good one. Yeah. Oh, it's my turn.
It's your turn. Okay, yeah. I'm sure we're gonna mess that up at some point too.
2 characters who are aunts.
2 character like they're aunts too. Okay.
I'm guessing it's like 2 aunts. Like,
well, both Peppa and Julieta are aunts in Encanto. They're aunts to other characters.
That's good. I'm glad you came up with that because I would not have been able to bail you out. I'm sure.
By the way, if anybody listening has anything for any of these that they want to throw out there, you know where to find us. So feel free to chime in. 2 songs from Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
Whistle while you work. Do, 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 do. And I don't know the I'm dreaming. I think it's like the Wishing Well song. I don't know if it.
Yeah, I don't know the name
song.
of it. I know.
And,
I'll accept. Yeah.
And then he sings back. He echoes
today.
That was on one of Meghan's song, like one of the Disney CDs we listened to when she was little, and we'd always sing that.
I can't believe Hi Ho wasn't one of.
That is different than Whistle While You Work. Yeah. See, in my head, I was going to go Hi Ho too, but then I was like, wait, is that Whistle While You Work? Because they go do 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 do. It's kind of the same song. Anyway. I've got 2, but yeah. Now, is that the same song?
I don't.
I can't tell. Yeah, because I was going to say Hi Ho.
It's also been a while since we've seen.
Then I was just like, oh wait, is that the same song? So that's why I went with a safe one that I knew was a different song. 2 characters who use a computer.
A computer?
Yeah.
Characters who use a computer. This probably should be more obvious to me than. And a lot of the newer stuff, like the cartoons and stuff like that, are things I haven't seen. So there could be.
I mean, would we call like in The Incredibles, like they've got some,
like Syndrome.
Like, would those count as computers?
What? The computers that are in his lair? Yeah, but I don't think we actually see him use one. And there's I know that there's stuff that I haven't seen that.
Is there any scene in Toy Story where like Andy's sitting at a computer when he's going off to college? I'm just pulling at straws here.
There might be. But again, another movie that I haven't seen in a while.
There's got to be something in Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, Bob Parr is using a computer when he's working at the insurance company in The Incredibles.
Okay.
So there's one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that this is something that if we were to look it up, we'd feel really stupid.
So is that a fail?
I think we're going to call that a fail. It's hard when you're on the spot too, you know? Like,
well, and like we're kind of like there must be a scene and they must have a computer in this movie, but like not totally confident that.
Right.
Right.
We may also be overthinking a little bit, but 2 films in which mythological creatures appear.
Hercules. Did they make a Hercules 2?
Well, the second one I would think is easy, given your upbringing.
One in the Little Mermaid?
Well, I mean, mermaids are mythological creatures, but that wasn't even what I was thinking of.
What were you thinking of?
Fantasia.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot in there. But I think we'll accept mermaids. I wasn't even thinking mermaids of mermaids. Because I went right to like Greek mythology, which is why,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're doing better than I thought we would.
Yeah. Maybe On
the other hand, the listening audience could be very disappointed in us too.
2 titles in which a scene takes place in Washington, D.C.
Scene takes place in Washington, D.C.
At some point in the movie, they're in Washington, D.C.
There's a Puppy Dog Pals episode where they go to Washington, D.C. Does that count?
I don't know. I think we're sticking. Isn't it movies?
Is it movies?
I don't know. Because I also can bring up a Disney Channel original movie if we're going to accept those.
I don't know. Let's see. What is it? I don't see anything here that suggests. Yeah, I don't see anything here that necessarily suggests.
Okay, so I guess we'll accept Puppy Dog Pals. That's the one where like Bob has an invention, right? And like loses
they end up at some convention, and then it ends up on the roof of the limousine, and there are a million limousines, and
they travel around DC looking.
They meet an eagle.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm stalling. Clearly. Washington D.C. Man.
You want a Disney Channel original?
I mean, sure, if you can help me out here.
I mean, My Date with the President's Daughter, come on. Only one of the not classic Disney Channel original movies. And now I'm wondering, that is a Disney Channel movie, right?
I don't know. I've never heard of that movie.
It was bad. I'm pretty sure it's Disney. I'm going to confirm that though.
There was a movie with Sinbad called First Kid, and was that a Disney movie?
I don't know. My Date with the President's Daughter was a Disney movie, though. Okay.
So we'll go with that.
I mean,
it's probably the worst possible.
I was just trying to think. I'm like, wait, there's a movie about the president's daughter. Your turn, right? Yep, because that was your question that we tag teamed.
One named fictional band or musical group that appears.
Man, I feel like this should be easier too. Like I can picture scenes where there's bands playing or makeshift bands, but I can't think of names of them. You clearly do. So
no, I like if you were to say like what scene or what movie you're talking about, I might be able to come up with it, but I don't have anything off the top of my head.
Can you reread the question? I just want to.
One named fictional band or musical group that appears. See, it's got to be a band or a musical group. Otherwise, I would say Powerline from a Goofy movie. But that's neither a band nor a musical group. That's a single artist.
Right. Like all I can think of is like not all that I can think of, but is Ariel. Like at the beginning, like where they have the concert.
But that's not a named group.
Right. It just they say we are the Daughters of Triton. So I was like, do we allow that as the name of the group, as the Daughters of Triton?
No, I think it has to be an actual band or group. There's no Disney Channel or
there is in Xenon. I just can't think of the name of it.
Okay. Well, I have no
idea. It's a fairly big part of the movie. That was the first thing I thought of. I just can't think of the band in Xenon. So I'm going to count this one, I think, as a fail. But I'm also going to look up right now what the band is in Xenon because...
And there's got to be others that we aren't thinking of.
Oh.
Do you remember the name of any of the groups that are in Coco? Like the ones who are playing at the festival?
That would be pulling teeth. I'm willing to. I would fail this one.
Okay, you said you were also looking.
Oh, I do. Up. I just wanted to give you a chance to not fail before I named one.
Okay.
It's Microbe.
Microbe.
And the lead singer is Protozoa, and they do the song "Zoom Zoom Zoom," make my heart go boom boom.
I've never seen that movie. So.
Oh, then we have to watch that one.
No, we don't. You and Megan can watch that one sometime. I've already had to sit through High School Musical how many times?
I don't know. Too many.
Yeah, enough.
Okay.
I already had to do that, with Haley. So Haley being her niece / goddaughter.
Haley did not live with us.
Yes.
All right. Oh, but this lends perfectly into this question.
Oh, boy.
One character from the High School Musical films.
Troy.
I was about to say you can't. If you messed that one up, you'd have. Troy and Gabriella, like obviously, and then obviously there's a whole bunch more. But yeah, that was a perfect question.
I'm glad I was able to come up with that one because, believe it or not, I'm usually not paying that much attention to the movie when it's on.
Oh, I know.
Two characters from Coco. That's a fairly easy one.
Coco and Miguel. Yeah, I feel like some of them are definitely easier than others. And
That's probably how they got the age rating down to 10 plus for this. It's having a few easy ones thrown in there.
So white means I pick.
Yes.
3 characters from Finding Nemo.
Nemo, Dory, and Merlin. Or not Merlin, Marlin.
Marlin. Yeah, I think that yeah, these questions are definitely easier than I thought. Like when you guys were playing, you guys were getting some hard questions.
There were a few times that I like skipped through cards in the deck because I was like, this is too hard for you. Man, mind you, the game is for 10 and up and Meghan 7, so it wasn't all that surprising, but some of the questions were really hard. Okay, 2 titled shorts featuring Mickey Mouse.
Steamboat Willie, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course, there's a Steamboat Willie sitting right there behind me, so
I can't answer this one. I don't know names.
And again, this is what, like, it's hard coming up with them like on the spot. There are people who can do that, who just like boom, like,
yeah.
I mean, even not being a Disney fan, I would venture to guess that this is something that like Greg Cameron, just like having that kind of brain, could just be like, oh, I read this back in like 1997 and it's in my brain now. I was
going to say my dad would be another one who, I mean, maybe not totally Disney, but there'd be enough in here that he'd be able to. I
can't remember if this is the exact name, but the band concert. There was also a tugboat short. Does it to shorts featuring Mickey Mouse? Okay, so I wonder, would Pluto's Christmas Tree count? Even though it like
has Pluto in the name, but
yeah,
but definitely has a big part of Mickey Mouse. We'll accept it.
Okay, I think that we passed this one.
Okay,
we'll
pass it, but feel free to tell us that we failed. Two films with a Western theme.
With a Western theme? No idea. Disney films with a Western theme?
Like. Would Toy Story count?
No. I'm sure that they Disney did a lot of live action stuff that I never watched, but I feel like a lot of that was TV shows too. Yeah, because I'm fairly certain that Davy Crockett was like it wasn't a movie.
But we've used TV shows. We used Puppy Dog Pals.
Oh, I thought that this specifically said movie.
Oh. Film.
Yeah. I don't. It's been so long since I've seen it. Was Old Yeller in the West?
That's what I was gonna say. Best dog on dog in the West.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw that.
I think Old Yeller might be able to be. I feel like it's like because it's like best dog on dog in the, or is it best dog on dog in the world?
I don't know. I didn't even know there was a song.
There is Old Yeller, Come Back Yeller. So are we failing this one?
Yeah, because I mean, like I could think like Davy Crockett. I think is a. Can you check? I know we said we're not checking, but I feel like there are some times where it's just like I feel like Davy Crockett was a TV show. Zorro was a TV show. And that was more. I guess that counts as Western. I don't know if I would even.
It says there was a movie, Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier.
Okay, so that must be where the ballad is from. I thought that was a TV show for some reason.
It looks like Davy Crockett. Like 1955, 1956.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's one. Yeah, but I'm still gonna call it a fail. I don't know. It's not my genre of
Yeah, and Old Yeller looks like it's the West based on the picture of like the cabin with the.
But a cabin could be anywhere. Like it could be, the Midwest isn't like. Does that count as the West? Like, what's the West? So I don't know. All right, let's move on.
Okay, yeah.
The Davy Crockett one was the bigger one that I wasn't sure on whether it was a movie or a TV show. I really can't come up with anything else.
I mean, Sheriff Woody. I know.
Not even close.
I know.
Oh wait, it's
your turn.
Let's see. 3 characters out of Inside Out.
Joy, anxiety, and ennui. Wait,
Not-
no. Joy, sadness, and anger. Sorry.
Yes, because it was specific to Inside Out, not Inside Out 2.
I know, that's why I fixed it.
Yes.
And I fixed it before you corrected it.
I'm also clarifying for the listeners who,
Yep. And I corrected it before you.
I know.
Okay. All right. One Disney film in which Emily Blunt is cast.
Mary Poppins Returns.
If you say so. I'm not good at... I'm not good at actors and actresses.
I'm pretty sure. You might want to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's true. I think that that's the only thing that I know that Emily Blunt has ever been in. And if I'm wrong about that, then I don't know anything that Emily Blunt has ever been in.
Yep.
She's calling.
I know.
Was that correct?
It is correct, yes.
All right. Go get her.
Okay. This one.
All right. Heading to our next one. Two characters who are witches.
Ursula. And is Maleficent's not a witch, right?
No, she's a fairy. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised you're having this much trouble with this.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
the evil queen?
Is she a witch?
Yes, she makes a potion and poisons an apple and then turns herself into an old lady.
See, I guess she's the one that
she's using witchcraft. She's absolutely a witch.
Okay. She's the one that I was thinking of. You even heard me say, no, she's an evil queen. I don't know if you heard me say that.
I heard you say queen, but
no, I was like, no, she's
like
a queen.
when you said I heard you say queen, I was just like, okay, I feel like this should be obvious.
Okay, no, she was my first thought, but you're right. She does kind of like make a potion to make the poison apple. So okay.
And turns herself into an old lady.
Okay. This one I feel like is very broad. 2 songs that play during a magical scene.
During a magical scene? Bippity boppity boo.
That was my first thought too.
And You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me.
Good one.
All right, let's see. 2 characters who wear capes.
Prince Philip. This should not be that hard either.
Actually ends up being a pretty major plot point for this character.
Can you give me a hint?
I can't give you a hint because it would give it away, but the cape causes their demise. That didn't give it away?
No.
Should I just tell you?
Elsa wears a cape, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would work too. Yeah.
But who?
I was thinking Syndrome.
Oh.
That's the whole thing. Like that's why.
Well,
that's why Edna says no capes.
Yes. So okay, that's because in my head I was like, nope, not the Incredibles.
But
they don't wear capes.
he's got a cape, and that ends up being.
Yeah, like that was in my head. It was just like, nope, no capes. So I wasn't thinking like, I mean, I guess he's a major character. But one title in which a dinosaur appears.
Dinosaur.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. That was what the original
what the
ride was based on.
There's the Good Dinosaur too.
Yeah,
right?
that's
the one I knew was
that movie kind of stunk.
Yeah.
Actually, both of those dinosaur movies kind of stunk. Two films in which no humans appear.
Do you have some?
Yeah.
Are there humans in A Bug's Life?
I don't remember.
Okay. Which ones do you have?
The Lion King. And Zootopia.
Zootopia doesn't have humans. Yeah. Okay. A lot of I was Finding Nemo. No, there's humans in there. So a lot of the ones I was thinking that are animal based.
You never actually see a human in Bambi, I don't think.
No, but they're present.
Yes. Yeah, I think that we hit it anyway. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a couple I was I couldn't confirm. That's why I was does A Bug's Life have humans?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I haven't seen it in so long. 2 songs that are sung by a child.
by a child.
We're also getting some fortunate ones. Like some of the other ones on these cards, I'm like, that would be harder. So songs sung by a child.
Songs sung by a child. Snow White technically a child? She's like 14 in the movie, right?
I mean, I don't think I would count that.
Oh, so we're talking like 10 and under?
I can't give an age.
I feel like it's kind of important to give an age. If 14 is a disqualifier.
We also don't know how old every character is.
That's true.
And I'm going to use that as my example if you don't get one. And even if you do, I'll share.
Share away, because I have no idea.
Well, I would say, do you want to build a snowman?
Okay.
Because at least the beginning of it, they're kids when they're singing that. And then the other one that I was going to say was in Peter Pan, the song Mother, where Wendy sings it. I mean, really, any like the ones that the Lost Boys sing too, but like the one Wendy sings.
Following the leader.
Yeah. But like, Wendy was the one that came because she's about to grow up, but she's still a child.
Okay, so would you consider your fifth graders children?
Yeah.
Wendy's no older than that.
We don't know her age for sure. She's clearly portrayed as older in that movie.
She's young enough that she's still sleeping in a nursery.
I would put her a little bit older than that, but like 12, like, which is actually
right around their age. Yeah.
Most of them are 11, so yeah.
All right.
But do you understand why I was like, I can't put a specific age on it?
Name 3 named non-human characters from Toy Story.
Ham, Mr. Potato Head, and Slink Dog.
Yeah, that's fine. I would have also gone with Woody and Buzz because they're not human.
No, they're not. In my head, they were humans. I was trying to think of like some of the.
Like that one should have been pretty easy. Like outside of like Sid, Andy, and like Bonnie.
But so my brain
associated
Woody and Buzz as
human.
Clearly, they're not. Oh, this is the one that I would be able to do. One actor who has voiced an Aladdin character.
Robin Williams.
Yeah. When you, like, I was like, oh, if I get a question about who voiced the genie, I got that one.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only one that I could name. I know who one of the other ones is, but I don't know his name.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name. Are you talking Aladdin?
Yeah.
It's Steve, right?
The dude from Full House, right? Yeah.
I can't think of his name either, but we would also accept
the dude from Full House.
I don't know if I'd accept that. We would accept Steve from Full House.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get his name either. So. Let's see. 2 character names that begin with the letter G.
Goofy. Gaston.
I was about to say he's got a song,
but on the spot.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes. Like your mind just kind of goes blank a little bit.
2 characters who have been a cheerleader.
The genie.
Are we accepting that?
Yes, he's definitely a cheerleader. He's cheering on Aladdin in the fight against Jafar.
Okay. Fail. Fail. I'm a fail.
You can't think of any.
I feel like there's gotta be some like Disney Channel original movies where there's cheerleaders involved. But no, I cannot think of any.
Did it say named character?
It doesn't say named characters.
Well, there are cheerleaders at the track meet in The Incredibles. Violet's talking about it.
I'm not accepting that.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like that's.
I'm not accepting that.
It's a deep dive. I feel like I should get some credit for that.
I'm not accepting that. Because then I could say, oh, the cheerleaders at the basketball game in High School Musical.
Yeah. Yes, you could.
I'm not accepting those.
Okay. That's it. We've now got 5 fails.
Okay.
2 characters from A Bug's Life.
Is Flick from A Bug's Life, or is he from Ants? And is that even his name?
Yeah, I think that's from A Bug's Life. And isn't the main bad guy Grasshopper's name Hopper?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, we can. We've
Right.
determined that we
can confirm. We can't search to
right. But again, a movie that I probably haven't seen in
Flick is
10
there
years.
And Hopper's there.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet it's been even longer than that. Have we ever watched it together? I don't think
probably not.
So then it's probably been at least 15
Truthfully,
years.
I probably know the character names from the Disney World attraction.
Yeah. And I feel like I saw it a couple times. Like,
it wasn't good.
I worked the after school program at one point, like, and we would do movie Fridays, and like,
yeah.
So of course it was all Disney movies. One title in which a ballerina appears.
Ballerina appears. I have no idea.
The only thing that I can think of, and I'm sure there's more, would the hippos dressed as ballerinas in Fantasia?
Yeah,
count?
that would count.
Okay.
I mean, they're they're performing ballet, so
Okay.
there you go. So
that's what I got for
excellent. Thank you.
Your turn.
My turn. Yes. I couldn't remember it. 2 characters who are or wear pink.
Aurora, sometimes.
Does she wear pink in the movie? Or is that just like...
Pink and blue. Like.
Oh, right, because they're doing the dress.
So
yeah.
she has.
Yeah.
I feel like this should not be as hard as it is. Ariel. She wears a pink dress to dinner the first night.
Oh, okay.
The first night she's on Earth.
I was thinking ham.
I was not thinking ham, but I was going through princess dresses. 3 songs with a character's name in the title.
With the character's name in the title. Well, I've got a couple, but like it's not their actual names. Like when they're singing the Cinderella song, does that count? Because that's not her name, but they're singing about her.
I feel like yes, because on top of it, that's what they call her all throughout.
Okay.
Like that would be like a little kid,
Mm-hmm.
saying a name wrong.
So here's my second one. This one's a little more complicated.
I wonder if it's the same one I've got.
Prince Ali.
That's the one
Would you count that? I mean,
I don't know.
He's posing as that in the...
And that was the other one. That was the first one I thought of. I'm like, does that count? So I'm glad you brought up the...
So seeing as we're both on the same wavelength there...
Yeah, we'll accept it.
I feel like we will accept it.
Write in if you do not accept it. But you need one more.
We need one more. There's a song at the beginning of Sleeping Beauty where they're singing about Aurora, and I can't remember the name of the song.
The Hail to the Princess Aurora. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The, Gaston's the one I just thought of too.
Yep.
We've got 3.
Yeah. I feel like there's got to be more. But
also, we don't know if that one about Aurora is like if the song's called Aurora.
Oh,
it has to be in the title.
In the title? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Which is why we said Cinderella. But so we've got 3, like Gaston.
3 that we find acceptable, at least.
Yes.
2 films with characters who speak to the audience. 2 films in which characters break the fourth wall.
Aladdin. Genie does it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any?
Well, I'm not sure if it counts, but like in An Emperor's New Groove, Cusco is like narrating the whole thing. So he's talking directly to the audience at some points, but it's like a voiceover. So I don't know if that counts.
Whereas Genie's like made you look and like he's directly like.
Yep.
Well, what it says speaks to the audience.
Is that what it said?
Oh, yeah, you had the question.
With characters who speak to the audience. So
I guess that would count. Yeah. It's a little different than like what Genie does, but
yeah.
Okay. We'll accept it. 2 songs with the word king in the lyrics.
I just can't wait to be king. And are you
Nope, I'm in my head trying to like think of different songs to see if
She was nodding her head up and down, and I was trying to figure out if she was trying to like lead me somewhere by like
Nope.
trying to like, you know,
nope,
act out the
100%
beat
nope.
or something.
It's me trying to like think of some different like lyrics to.
I'm sorry, it was
It's just King has to be in the lyrics.
in the lyrics.
Oh, I got one.
Okay, go for it.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Ah,
Why won't he be the king? I know he is.
yep. For whatever reason, I kept going to like and I don't think he's a king, is he? The bad guy in Wish.
And I've only
For
seen
whatever,
that like
yeah,
once,
me
so.
too. So, but there aren't many, and I kept also trying to go to like songs where the king is singing, and that doesn't necessarily have to be the case either. So
I was at first trying to think of like titles, and then when I realized it was lyrics, I was like, "There's."
yeah.
All right, your turn.
Oh, they also say king in Never Had a Friend Like Me. Two characters who have fur. Some of these
Sully. But the on the
any
spot like,
and any animal creature.
Simba. It's funny because one of them I was like, wait, is that fur? And then lions have fur for sure. That wasn't what I was thinking of, but yeah, I feel like sometimes it's the luck of this dice too.
Yeah.
Maybe we made it out to be harder than it.
Well, some of these have been pretty hard. We've totally failed 5, and if we didn't have help from each other, we would have failed a lot more.
3 characters who cry in films.
3 characters who cry in films. Well, 2 of them, Timon and Pumbaa, cry.
Oh, yeah.
So there's 2. What's the girl's name in Inside Out? Riley? Is that her name?
Yeah.
She cries in Inside Out.
I was gonna say Sadness.
That probably would have been the more obvious choice.
You're like, I think her name's Riley. Your turn.
1 film in which a character is kidnapped. This is an easy one.
Would we count Aladdin getting kidnapped by Jafar and thrown to the bottom of the ocean as kidnapped?
Sure, that would count as kidnapped.
Okay.
I would have gone with Tangled.
That's definitely kidnapped. Sometimes, again, that like I'm like, we're gonna count that. This is 2 titles in which a lion appears.
In which a lion appears. The Lion King. And The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, good one. I was gonna go with The Lion King too.
Well, I figured that would be cheating.
So I don't think so.
I didn't go that way.
It doesn't say that.
2 songs from The Lion King.
Wow. I just can't wait to be king. And Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Original working title was Be Careful What You Wish For.
Haha. 1 film in which a statue of a main character appears.
The Little Mermaid.
Good one.
On the ship for it's his birthday, right?
They had hoped it would be a wedding present, though.
Well, at least one person hoped it would be one person.
Your turn.
2 films in which both live and animated characters appear.
2?
Yes.
Enchanted. Are we going to accept it? Are we accepting sequels?
No, but you shouldn't have to accept the sequel here. It's funny, the ones that we consider obvious that the other one doesn't. Like Enchanted was the first thing that popped in your head, and that was the furthest thing from my mind.
I'm picturing something in my head. It was like people.
You're overthinking it.
Do we accept like the Muppets?
The Muppets aren't cartoon.
No, they're not. They're puppets.
You're really overthinking this. Do you want some help?
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. I was not. Yeah, I guess I was overthinking it. I got stuck
it's one
on
of the classic Disney movies. unlike Enchanted.
2 race cars who have won the Piston Cup.
The King and Doc Hudson.
So I'm wondering, I thought it would take a lot longer for us to get to 10. We've only got 5.
So
We've done better than I
one more each, and then we'll...
Sure. I mean, yeah, I was going to say the next one we can't do, but we're doing pretty good.
The next one we can't do?
Like the next one we get wrong is our last one.
Oh.
We don't want to end on a...
We don't want to end on a bad note.
Okay. So we'll do one more each. Unless we fail, and then we'll... Yeah, based on the questions we were getting the other day, I thought we were gonna...
Yeah, Meghan and I had some real tough questions that I think are at the bottom of these decks at this point. Is it my turn or yours?
I guess
it really doesn't matter.
No, it's your turn.
Sorry.
I was going to say, I'm going to have jinxed us now, and...
I don't think so. 2 films with a scene that takes place on a boat.
The Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Finding Nemo, right? There's got to be a scene.
On a boat? I don't think so.
But the boat
is there, but I don't think that there's a scene on the boat.
Underneath, right? Yeah. No, they go to the boat because then the boat's sort of...
What?
Okay, I will think of a different one. Rapunzel, Tangled.
Oh, yeah.
The Lanterns.
Yep. Once again, like, very first thing that came to my mind was Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh,
yeah, well. Little Mermaid came to my mind first. 2 characters from Pinocchio.
Pinocchio and Geppetto.
Excellent.
Woo! Good job.
We did pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And, some of these, and let's face it, we're praising ourselves. If we had to answer these like ourselves, this would have been over a lot quicker.
That's true. We teamed up on some of them.
Yeah.
That's true.
And some people may reject our answers anyway for some of these.
Yeah, feel free to send in a rejection if you don't like it.
Or just your general disdain for our lack of Disney knowledge. I swear, some of it is like when you're on the spot and you're trying to come up with something, it can just be so difficult, and then afterwards you're like 2:00 in the morning, I'm going to be like, oh,
there was a cheerleader in that movie. Don't think about that at 2
I really doubt that that's what's going to be on my mind at 2 a.m.
Anyway. Yeah, don't think.
Well, thank you, Eileen, for helping me out with this totally last minute thrown together episode. I feel like I say that a lot, but this time it really was like I walked over and said, do you want to do this? Or we could do this. And this is what she chose. So,
well, what? Your meeting got canceled at
shortly, yeah.
It was about 7:00 for 7:15. Anyway,
yeah.
Your meeting got canceled around 7, or you saw it canceled around 7, and at about 7:30, you were like, "Can we do this?"
Yeah. So, yeah, really, and thank you, because I really had no idea how I was going to pull something together real quick. So, and it's much easier to do when there are 2 of us and we can bounce things off of each other instead of me just talking at the wall.
Well, you dropped a card.
Oh, thank you.
With that?
Well, a couple of something that I just thought of that I wanted to make mention of, and while we're recording, I'm just going to do it right now while we're here. I forgot to mention a couple of things from feedback that I got from a couple of episodes. One of which was related to our last episode. The characters and the scenarios. Dan wrote in and said that he can't believe that for something with a heist, he couldn't believe that we didn't pick Kermit the Frog, because of course he did lead a heist in The Great Muppet Caper. And so I have to give him that one. So that was one. There was also...
That would have been better than, what did I pick? The cheerleaders that robbed the bank.
You did end up coming up with Danny Ocean as well. So that was a good one. That's
right.
I ended up coming up with Remy from Ratatouille, who did, but anyway. The other one was from a couple of episodes ago, and I forgot to mention when I did my Star Wars-ifying Epcot. I mentioned that I couldn't think of anything from the seas, and this won't really mean anything to you because you haven't seen this show. But you've seen Star Wars. You know the guys who kind of like they look like fish.
Yeah.
So they're called now get this. Their name, the fish-looking people, the name of that species is Mon calamari.
Oh,
so there's actually in the TV show The Clone Wars, there is an entire story arc where there's a civil war going on in their homeworld of Mon Cala. And Tom from the Hyperion Adventures podcast pointed that out to me. I knew that there was something to do with that in the show, but I hadn't seen that story arc in a while, so I couldn't remember what it was. So thank you to Tom for setting me right on that. And so I had forgotten to make mention of those earlier, so I wanted to make sure that I gave them their shout outs, because when we do things like that, I tell people, if you have suggestions or you have feedback, we will talk about it. So with that, I think we will wrap up this episode. Of course, it's always great when we hear from people.
Yeah, but if you embarrass us too much and call us out too much on this one, we might not shout you out all the time.
Well, probably not. Yeah, you might be, you might not be on the good list. You might not be on the nice list, the Christmas card list.
But in all actuality, please tell us if we're wrong about any of these, or if you have better examples.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is also kind of embarrassing? Planning a Disney vacation without using We Do Travel Right. Right?
I mean, go for it. Just do your spiel and just book your trip.
Yeah.
No, don't book it. Let them book your trip.
Exactly. Because We Do Travel Right has that concierge level service, the one-on-one service of an agent. They've got the dining team. They've got the knowledge of all of the ins and outs of the parks, and they know what the deals are, and they can help you save some money. And hey, the best part is
it's free.
That's right. Because you do not pay them anything extra, because whether it's Disney or Universal or a cruise line or an all-inclusive, those places already build the use of an agent into your pricing, even if you're not using an agent. So why would you not use an agent? It doesn't make sense to me.
Nope. So fill out the quote, book the trip, and make the memory.
Thank you. And to fill out the quote, you would go to WeDoTravelRight.com/Mazza. That's WeDoTravelRight.com/MAZA. And get your next magical vacation started today. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I thought the okay was an okay spot to end it. Kind of ending with the rhyme there.
But you didn't point out that you rhyme.
I can't do the same thing every time.
Megan does.
Well, I can't do any more damage around this popsicle stand.
So long, partner.
See you real soon.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to this podcast. That was a lot of fun. It was not exactly what I had planned. In fact, it's not at all what I had planned, and it's not at all what I had planned for my backup either. But it all came together. It all worked out. Thank you for listening. Hope you had some fun. If you did have fun, and you haven't done so yet, please leave us a rating or review on your favorite podcatcher, because that helps us bump up in the rankings and, get better ratings with the algorithms that make us more visible to more people. So when we're more visible, more people can discover the fun that we're having here and join the community that we're building here. You can also be a part of the community by connecting with us on social media. We're at the Mazza's Musings Podcast on Facebook. We're at Mazza's Musings Pod on Instagram, Threads, and X, which is Twitter. And we are also on Blue Sky. And you can find us at Mazza's Musings Podcast on TikTok. And we also have our YouTube page. So please feel free to subscribe there. In fact, help us boost our numbers up there. We're a little low. We'd love to have some more. Some of our episodes do have visual elements to them. So it's much better if you are looking at those, like especially things like our Star Wars-ified series. If you want to get to know a little bit more about the podcast, you can go to mazzasmusings.wordpress.com, and there you will find past episodes, more about me and this podcast, and of course, you can sign up for our newsletter. And the newsletter comes to your inbox once a week and lets you know about what's going on with future podcasts. We talk about podcasts that you might have missed. And we also let you know about anything that's interesting coming up, whether it's related to us or whether it's news that we find interesting. Sometimes I'll find some sweepstakes or contests that I'll tell you about. And I'll also shout out other podcasts. Basically, if I find it interesting and we find it interesting, we kind of figure you're going to find it interesting as well. So that's why you're getting the podcast. And that's why you're getting the newsletter. And of course, this is the last podcast of May, getting right in again under the wire. And so this is my last request that you donate to All Our Kids in lieu of supporting us with a blue milk. Now, All Our Kids is a nonprofit here in Western Massachusetts. I am a member of the board of directors. And what we do is we are all about supporting and empowering foster families. There's a huge need, especially here in the western end of our state. And really, we're filling a void that it has been created really by the system and just some of the challenges the system has in and of itself. And a lot of families feel isolated, don't have the resources that they need, whether they be physical or just even emotional and social. So we work on bridging those gaps. So all the support that you can give us would be great because we receive no state or any other kind of funding. We are completely supported by donations and grants and things like that. So you can go to fosteringaok.org to find out more, and we would very much appreciate it if you would donate. And if you are interested in donating in recognition of National Foster Care Awareness Month, well, you can do something that will have a more of a local impact as well by looking to see if there are any organizations that are like ours in your area. Well, that'll pretty much wrap up this episode. Thank you again for listening. It's always a blast. I'm glad to have you guys along for the ride. Thanks for all of the support, however you are supporting us. And as always, I hope you have a great weekend and a great week.